There's been a lot of drama going on with Paramount Studios, but a lot of discussion about how they're having some financial problems, a lot of talk and discussion about whether or not they're going to be sold. We know that there have been a couple of offers made, but now a big offer has been made of $11 billion, and not even to buy the whole package of what they got going. This comes from the folks over at Variety who write the following. Apollo Global Management, a major private equity firm, has submitted an $11 billion bid to acquire Paramount Pictures and the Paramount TV Studios Group, according to a published report. The Wall Street Journal, citing an anonymous source, reported that Apollo Global offered $11 billion for Paramount Global's film and TV studio business. That would apparently not include, get this, that $11 billion does not include trying to purchase CBS, Paramount Global Cable's networks like BET, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, and MTV, or the streaming business that obviously includes Paramount Plus and Pluto. So that's some pretty major omissions that they're saying is not going to be counted towards this. Now, the funny thing is, too, when I look at what Paramount is doing right now, they've actually got like some pretty cool projects coming up. Like I'm looking down here, just coming this year alone. Like they already had Bob Marley, One Love, which was a pretty good hit for them. That worked out really well for them. They've also got coming out If, which, you know, the imaginary friend from John Krasinski, that could be really good. A Quiet Place Day 1 is coming out in 2024. That could be a good hit for them. They got the Beverly Hills Cop. They got Transformers 1. They've got a Smile sequel. They've got Gladiator 2. They got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and a film called Better Man. All that just coming out this year. So they got what could amount to a pretty decent 2024. But what I find interesting here, guys, is this whole idea of an $11 billion bid, but not wanting CBS, BET, Comedy Central, Paramount Plus. And by the way, the report also says they'd be picking up a bunch of Paramount's debt, as well as acquiring the production studio and, of course, the television studio. Now, I read somewhere that the grand total valuation right now of Paramount Global as a whole is something like $8 billion. So these guys are offering $11 billion for just part of the package. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. Guys, it's a brand new year, and a lot of people are making New Year's resolutions, you know, things they want to change about themselves. But I've always believed that it's also equally as important to identify the things we're doing well and building on those. And therapy helps you find your strengths so you can ditch the extreme resolutions and make changes that really stick. I've always believed that nothing impacts our daily performance in our jobs, our hobbies, our relationships like our mental health. And I've also said for a long time that it's about time that we stop just putting emphasis on improving our physical health by getting out to the gym, but also by putting emphasis on improving our mental health as well. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you gotta do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. So guys, celebrate the progress you've already made. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. Rob, you're hearing about this. Does this $11 bid make sense? Is this a big enough bid to actually get the shareholders of Paramount to maybe make a move? What stands out to you about this?
I don't think it's enough. I think
really?
I think it seems to me to be a bid. If they acquire, they're just going to sell off everything. They'll part it out. They'll sell Star Trek to somebody. They'll sell The Godfather to somebody. Maybe they'll take their entire, or unless they already have a buyer, like say Netflix, you know, or something like that. It just doesn't seem like it's enough money to me, because they're getting the entire Paramount legacy of film. I don't know. Do they get the Paramount lot as well? I don't know if that's part of it.
I mean, I'm thinking since that's part of Paramount Global and Paramount Studios, I think the lot is a part of Paramount Studios, so it probably would include the Hollywood lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot. And a lot for the lot. But I just, it seems like, look, Fox, they didn't get the Fox, Disney didn't get the Fox lot, you know, and they paid $70 billion or something. And it seems, I mean, I know Paramount's in a depressed state, but why does this company want Paramount and what are they going to do with it? I don't think Sherry Redstone would want a company that's not going to have the best interests of the legacy of the studio at heart. I just don't think, but then again, cash is cash. And if people need
I said yesterday when we were talking about this, I thought it would be about 15 billion plus. So this does seem low to me as well.
Well, remember, they're leaving off the table. Like they're saying the valuation is somewhere around 8 billion. They're offering 11 and they're leaving BET off the table. They're not trying to get CBS. They're not trying to get Comedy Central. They're not trying to get Paramount Plus. But like Rob, you're pointing out, it's really probably mostly about the library, the IP library they're getting there. Chris, you're hearing this. What are the parts that's standing out to you the most?
Honestly, the biggest thing here for me was what all is being sold as I was going through this. And I don't know if Paramount is even sure about what they're willing to part with or what they're doing right now. You know, there's talks about Paramount Plus being bundled and combined with NBC's Peacock. We had a previous offer from Byron Allen's Allen Media Group for 30, which is a significantly higher number. But we also didn't know whose media partners were, who all these other buyers were, who else was facilitating that money. And it was an unsolicited offer. So I feel like Paramount is in a position right now where they don't know what to do. They don't know which IP to sell off. They don't know how they should sell it off. And I think their buyers are unsure of it too, because again, we've brought this up before. This is a very tenuous time in the industry. Even though we came back from that strike, we didn't fully come back. A lot of money was lost. A lot of money was lost, and people are being very, very ginger about what they're going to greenlight. This is the slowest pilot season in decades. So few things have been greenlit. So when you're acquiring new media and acquiring debt, you really have to think about what is the most beneficial for you, your studio's IP, what's going to be legacy kind of content that you can really, really mine. I don't think this is the offer they're going to settle on. But then again, I don't know how truly bad they are right now. They laid off 800 people last month, and they've been very, very selective with what they've been talking about in their quarterly earnings reports. It just seems like it's a mess over there, and I don't know who's going to give them the money they need.
And the whole laying off 800 people kind of suggests they're trying to position themselves to maybe be a more attractive buy.
Exactly.
If you will, on that. What do you think is, like, for them right now, again, this was an offer that did not include trying to pick up CBS, BET, Paramount Plus, all that kind of stuff. The other offer that came in that was much higher obviously did include all those packs. Do you think Paramount might be in more of a position now where they're looking to sell off pieces, or do you think they're looking at something that would be more attractive to them if it's for the whole package? Like, so Rob, do you think they're going for a whole package thing, or do you think they're looking to sell off individual pieces like the studios?
I think at this point, I mean, I hate to say this, but I hark back to our patron saint Gordon Gekko in Wall Street, because it's wreckable, like Blue Star Airlines, let's buy it and part it out. I mean, the problem is that the business, nobody cares about the legacy of the studios. Nobody cares about the things that we care about. They see something as assets that they can make money for their shareholders or their investors or whatever. And unfortunately, this is the world that we live in. And now these entertainment companies, as they tried to abandon their core businesses that worked for a century and
it looked like Rob froze. Oh, there, he's back.
They tried to shoehorn a Wall Street model into these kinds of things. They've completely ruined their core businesses, and now they're desperate for cash. They're hemorrhaging money. Their stock prices are down. So unfortunately, any kind of reverence that anybody had for these studios is out the window. And so if they feel that they can, what's really interesting is, like, I hate to bring this two words up, but Star Trek is a bifurcated rights. I mean, everything's sort of been brought underneath Paramount Global with CBS and Paramount Studios. But if you sell the studios, do they own the feature film versions of Star Trek, but not the underlying IP for the TV show? Because if you don't buy CBS, that means you don't get, like, The Twilight Zone. You don't get I Love Lucy. You don't get Bonanza. And I would think that would be something that a buyer would want. Who knows? I just don't understand.
All right, guys. Well, the question is for you. What do you think about this? An $11 billion bid just for the two television and movie studios, not including other valuable assets like Paramount Plus, CBS, BET, Comedy Central, things like that have been on the table. Do you think they're going to go for it? Do you think they're going to hold out? Do you feel like Rob does, that it's not valued enough? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.